without explanation.
Because when they were doing the entries, they found out that the numbers were wrong, so they changed those ones again.
Mr. Sallah, this is fraud. Basically, what they are saying is you were committing acts of fraud whilst they were conducting the audit. All of these acts, the explanation is that they were acts of fraud, fraudulent acts. Do you understand that?
Okay.
Do you understand that, that's what it means?
Yes, I understood.
Now, 39. I mean, we have dealt with monthly bank reconciliation already. You have clearly outlined that you did not prepare monthly bank reconciliation.
Yes.
But you have 5 bank accounts. Was that necessary?
5 banks?
Bank accounts. You kept at the time 5 bank accounts.
No.
Was that necessary?
No, we don't. No, we
you
don't.
have Reliance Bank, Trust Bank, GT Bank, Supersonic, and Eco Bank. Needless to say, no reconciliation with respect to all these transactions.
I think there were only 3 banks we had. The Trust Bank, let me explain. The Trust Bank, we have the recurrent and the revenue account.
Yes.
The GT Bank, we have the development account. And Reliance and the Supersonic were used as receiving accounts. Yes. Receiving this thing, not because Reliance they are not financial.
Eco Bank?
We never had Eco Bank account.
No Eco Bank account?
No.
Supersonic?
Yeah, Supersonic is we use Supersonic and the Reliance. I said it as receiving accounts.
You have Supersonic, GT, Trust, and Reliance?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We have 3 accounts: development, recurrent, and the revenue.
How many banks do you bank with? Do you deal with Reliance Bank?
Reliance is not a bank; it's a financial institution.
It is listed as a bank.
We use that account as a receiving account. Like we will deposit cash. Yes. Because some of our staffs are on Reliance Bank for salaries.
Yes.
And we receive cash. And you see, most of the banks, when they are paying you their operational fees, they will advise you to have an account with them.
Yes.
Even in the GSMs, it likewise. So it was a requirement for us to have but we were using that purposely for receiving accounts and not for any other transactions.
That's fine.
That is why we only have the Trust Bank as our revenue account. All revenues we receive are sent to Trust Bank.
Now let us leave the reason as to why you operate these accounts first. And first we start with whether you even deal with these financial institutions or banks, as you may call them. But they're all listed as banks as per the report. You deal with Reliance Bank at the time. Is that a yes?
Yes.
Trust Bank?
Yes.
GT Bank?
Yes.
Supersonic?
Yes.
But no account for Eco Bank?
There is no Eco Bank account in Mansoko.
I'm just asking.
No, we don't have Eco Bank.
Did you not advise Basse Area Council that keeping too many bank accounts is really counterproductive in your situational report?
But that's the same thing we've done in Basse is the same thing is existing in Mansoko.
You said in your situational report that it would not be advisable, I will paraphrase, to keep too many bank accounts. That's what you said when you were transferred to Basse.
And what did I say again on that? I said 3 accounts. We had 3 accounts, and we have 2 receiving accounts. You know, one thing, we have 3. The reason why we said Basse Area Council were maintaining 9 accounts.
Yes.
When I went there.
7.
7.
Yes.
And like Vista Bank and the Supersonic, they opened another 2 accounts, making it 9.
Yes.
You understand? So that was why we said absolutely not necessary. We said Trust Bank now. We only have Trust Bank account as our development. Yes. And as our revenue account.
Yes.
Then the other ones we close all those accounts now. And we're using Supersonic as a receiving account because you cannot receive, because in Basse you cannot go all the way from Suduwol just to come and deposit $500 to our accounts. So you will deposit $500 to the Supersonic account. Then after 1 week we transfer to our revenue account. That's what we do. But in Mansakonko we use the Reliance and the Supersonic account as a receiving account. And the Trust Bank and the GT Bank are used as development.
Are there charges for receiving accounts?
For receiving accounts.
You don't pay to the bank any charge?
Yes, they charge.
That was the basis of why you advised Basse to have to keep 3 accounts because of the charges.
But also we have,
no, wait a minute. In your situational report, the crux of the reason as to why you advised them to keep very few accounts is because of the charges. You had it. You said it here. I have it. Is that not correct?
Yes, it's correct.
You mentioned, you specifically outlined the charges being the reason.
Yes.
Not what you are saying here. Your report is
No,
here.
no, the charges I said, the charges for there are total different things in between Basse and Mansakonko.
Yes.
Because then the charges is for the loan, was too much for us. And still what we maintain in Mansakonko
Yes.
is the same thing we're maintaining in Basse.
Yes.
We had 2 accounts, one revenue account and a recurrent account with Trust Bank. And a development account with GT Bank. So we never maintained 5 accounts. And we were using Supersonic and the Realance as a receiving account. That is and that's what we've done also in Basse.
Mr. Sallah, can you explain to us so that we understand the difference between a normal bank and a receiving account? Because our understanding is that Reliance and Supersonic are all transactional accounts that the councils maintain, and they provide the same facilities as provided for by the other banks. So please enlighten us what is the difference when you classified Reliance and Supersonic as receiving accounts only.
Yeah, you know, the transactions, even the tariff for the Realance and the other banks are different.
Yeah.
Because they are called, in this, they are called financial institutions.
Yeah.
And the reason why we said Realance, we maintain the Realance account, was at certain time we will have, because it was the only bank, GT Bank was the only, Trust Bank was the only bank in Soma. Sometimes the queue would be too much. So we say, we advise quality, if the queue is too much, you go to Realance, to Realance to deposit. And the reason why we opened that Supersonic account was specifically for the center. For the conference center. Until even that account is dormant since 2021.
So what I want to understand is, when you say it's a receiving account only,
yes,
do you mean you make lodgements, you deposit money into it?
yes.
Is it not also true that when you deposit money into it, you make withdrawals?
We deposit
ask for facility, like
no,
overdraft facility.
When we deposit on that account,
yes.
Then when there is certain reason, we move to our revenue account. We don't do expenditures on those accounts, except when we are paying salaries.
But I may be wrong, but my understanding is it's a transactional account, right? Or is it different?
Yes, because some transactions are done.
Yes.
Yes.
So I don't understand why you want to limit Reliance. I understand the fact that these are financial institutions that are accessible to the people, because you could find them almost everywhere.
Exactly.
Which is easier for either taxpayers to go in and pay. Okay, if I could put it this way, are taxpayers allowed to go in and pay their taxes in either Supersonic or Reliance?
Very well. Some we give them their bank accounts. We just give them their bank details and they deposit themselves and they come for their receipts.
My problem is that I don't understand the receivable part of it. Because for me, my understanding is that it's a bank, it's a financial institution that you are doing transaction with. And the rules apply across the board. Okay. They charge you for these transactions. You go there when you have financial issues. They help you, sort you out in your overdrafts facilities and etc. And this is what the other bigger banks does for you. Am I not correct?
Yes.
Yes. Council, we may proceed.
Let me hand you your situational report of Passy Area Council, and you start reading from the second page, where you have banks and banking. Please confirm first whether that is the report.
Yes, that's the report.
Good. Go ahead, sir.
Currently, the council is operating 7 non-financial institutions, and that they are GT Bank, Trust Bank, Ajib Bank, Realand, Supersonic, Vista Bank, and Eco Bank.
Turn to the next page, sir.
Out of the 7 banks, 4 are currently running at a negative balance, thus as follows. GT Bank, negative balance of 1,106. Trust Bank 900, negative balance of 917,000, that is 953.61. Supersonic 5,510,779.75. Vista Bank 6,140,006. Total to 12,573,845.40.
Please proceed.
However, there are a total credit balance of 133,669 dollars 91 bututs on the remaining banks, as mentioned above.
Go ahead, sir. I will try to stop when you should stop.
One, increasing complex, managing multiple bank accounts can complex.
No, the heading first.
However, risk.
Yeah, risk.
Yes.
Risk of what?
Increasing complement, meaning risk of having multiple accounts.
Okay, go ahead.
Bank accounts can be complex and time-consuming. It requires diligent oversight to ensure all accounts are properly maintained, whilst enable transactions to be recorded accordingly and fees monitored.
Go ahead.
Potential for errors. With multiple of bank accounts, there are high chance of errors occurrence, such as misallocation, duplication payment, or transfer to wrong accounts. Regular reconciliation is crucial to identify and clarify these errors.
Turn to the next page.
High cost of fees. Each bank's account may come with fees and charges such as maintenance fee, transactions fee, that's wireless transfer, opening and maintaining multiple accounts can increase overall banking costs for the institution.
Thank you. So this was your recommendation. Can I have it?
Yes.
That's why I said this.
That is why we still maintain revenue account.
No.
We have our revenue and a recurrent account at Trust Bank.
You did not distinguish the type of accounts in your situational report, did you? Did you?
No.
Good. What your concerns were is what you have reduced it to writing.
But I said it here in my testimony that
just answer the question. What your concerns were is what you reduced into writing. Is that not the case?
Yes.
Is that not the case, sir?
Yes.
And how many bank accounts will you classify as multiple bank accounts? How many? What is the number that what must reach for it to be multiple in your own definition?
This particular thing has 7 accounts, and one of the banks.
So if you are to answer the questions, it will be helpful.
Yes.
Yes. Will you answer my questions? You can make comments later.
3 accounts.
So more than 3 accounts will be multiple.
Yes.
And you have in Massachusetts Area Council, where you left to go to Basse, you have more than 3 accounts that you are holding, that you held at the time, that you managed at the time. And with all the risks that you have known at the time, with all the potentials of error,
Months.
no, just hear me out. With all the potential of error, possibly sending wrong transfers to the fees that may be that may accompany these accounts. You went to Basse and then did quite mention the dormant accounts. In fact, you have more dormant accounts in Basse, but all those were listed.
That is why I promoted for this.
No. That was why when you were promoted, I will not tell you that you're not for a job if I don't have evidence of that, sir. I will not do that.
Exactly.
So, but what I am saying is, when you were promoted as CEO of Basa Area Council, you reduced into writing how the accounts of council should be maintained. Is that not correct, sir?
Yeah, and that's what we are doing in Basa.
Exactly, and that's beautiful, as long as you're doing it. Yes. But my point now is you were not doing the same in Masakonko. And it was not as if you didn't know it at the time. You left all this risk to exist in Masakonko for more than 2 years. And therefore, now it makes sense why you can't account for anything in Masakonko Area Council. You can tell no one, you cannot tell the auditors, nor the commissioners, the honorable commissioners, as to the financial state of Masakonko Area Council for 2 good years. For 2 good years or more. So your excuse that you did not read the financial manual and so on and so forth would not be correct, because you reduced it into writing and you knew exactly what you were doing. Let's move on to page 39, unless the commissioners have questions.
Yes. Mr. Sallah, you have said that supersonic was more or less dormant in Base, in Mansakonko. Is that the correct situation?
Yeah, since when I left, there was no transactions at the supersonic account, all revenues.
No, but that is not indicative of the fact that it was a dormant account, based on the records we have received.
But there were no transactions there were no transaction by the time I was leaving, until the time, because when we said all revenues received, when the auditors came, they said all revenues should be taken to the trust bank. Then, and that was since in 2021, all revenue received were deposited to the trust bank account, and no transactions was done in the supersonic account, as I'm aware of, from 2021. From 2021. Yes, because
the supersonic account of Mansakonko area.
Yes.
Now, please take a look at this account from supersonic. And it's the Mansakonko Area Council account. And please read to us the last transaction and the years that are reflected in this. Now, is it correct that there were transactions from what date to what date?
Anyway, since we agreed that we were supposed to run I'm surprised to see that they are depositing up to 2023. That I am never aware. Right.
Now, can you please answer the question? Can you tell us the transaction dates contained in that supersonic statement of Mansakonko Area Council?
The last dates.
The first date to the last date.
This account was opened in December 10th, 2020.
Yes.
Yes.
So it is correct that transactions were done in 2020, right?
Yes.
In 2021, transactions were done in that account, right?
Yes.
In 2022, transactions were done in that account, right? Am I correct?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
In 2023, transactions were done in that account. Am I correct?
Yes.
So it will be incorrect to state that the supersonic account was dormant.
Yes, that is true. I'm just saying these things.
These are documents we have admitted.
Yes.
from the banks
Yes.
for the Mansakonko Area Council.
Yes.
So these were your transactions during this period. Am I correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Can I have the document? Council, you may proceed.
Yes, and so the report, the audit report concluded by highlighting implications for you not preparing bank reconciliation, mindful of the fact that you also have multiple bank accounts, because by your standards, multiple would be anything above 3.
1 o'clock.
Going by your definition.
Last question and then.
So of course, you have had multiple bank accounts. And so the implication with all these bank accounts that you have, knowing the risk as you have reduced it into writing, you failed to prepare bank reconciliation, monthly bank reconciliations. Is that all correct?
Yes, it's correct, sir.
Yes, and so the implication would be transactions done in these accounts may go undetected. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
And you will be personally responsible and liable.
Yeah.
Now, 1 o'clock. Honorable Chairman, you have been respectfully asked to put on your mic.
Yes, sorry. Let me repeat what I said. We are just been informed by GRTS that it's already 1 o'clock. They have to take up the signal, and we will be continuing on Monday. But apparently, you are supposed to see your doctor on Monday, so we will schedule you in the afternoon.
Okay.
I wouldn't know, but that will be communicated to you where it is feasible. Where you believe you wouldn't be able to make it Monday in the afternoon, please let us know in good time.
Okay.
All right? So we may rise.
Settle no money. What I hale ila. Lady this ilati. Hope ben si ari. Wala bebel tutu. Gambia na be. Gambia Diego and the Polo.
This is the time for us to stand together and work hard. This is the hood forever. You want you walk Billy Gay. Look at me by you want and take one nation. Let's talk about the good attitude we have in Gambia. Different tribes, different religion, but one people. Yaku fast jump in a league, all things bright. Jamuni na lol, mun hadal iblis ñu neen la. Nañu takku liggéey boole xoli te doon benn jàmm ak salaam lañu wax Gambia. One nation, one people, yeah.
When you ande ni bokk ndey ak baay. Loo am ma yéene la ko, lu ma am nga yéene ma ko. Takku liggéey ni ko jiitu réew mi bëggee. Takku liggéey ni ko jiitu réew mi bëggee. Gambia doon dëkk bu gën a neex ci Afrique. Gambia dëkk du ko gën a neex ci Afrique. Gambia can kill him. Let's live in peace, love, unity.